Hi, Laura.
Hi, Brittany. And hi, everyone out there. Welcome to another episode of No Shelf Control.
We're so excited to have you here with us today.
And today's episode, we're going to talk about biking and stuff like that, aren't we, Brittany?
We are. It's May 28th, Bike to Work Day, and we're going to talk about cycling a little bit. But first, let's talk about us, Laura.
Oh, I always love talking about myself. It's still COVID, right? So I haven't really done anything. Have you?
You know what? No, it's been pretty quiet on the home front.
I was trying to think of things to talk about in this, and the other day it came to me because so in my car I have my phone syncs up to my car, and I don't understand how my car reads the names in my phone, but it's never the way the names are pronounced.
It never is.
Like, if I call you, you're Britt Aney.
I know, because I can't understand. For those listening, of course, my name is Brittany, but it's spelled Brittanie, and because of that, the pronunciation on anything like that always goes off.
I can never remember what it is either, so I'll be like, call Brittany, and it's like, call Britt Aney? And I'm like, yes. So then I try and say it the right way the next time. No. And we have a mutual friend, Suanne. It calls her Swan. So I was like, this is kind of funny. Maybe we'll talk about this. Because I'm like, really, I have nothing else going on except for the way my car pronounces names.
So it's been a long time, Laura.
I know, but the sun is starting to shine, and I'm going out and doing a whole bunch of walks, as you know, because I'm now on your Fitbit friends.
Yeah, everyone. If you have a Fitbit like I do, so my family and I will do step challenges. If you have a Fitbit, you can enter a step challenge with each other to kind of encourage you to do more steps. And Laura came to work suddenly with a Fitbit one day, and I was like, oh, I'll add Laura to our challenges. So I added her as a friend. Good Lord, this woman walks 19,000 steps a day on average. She ain't coming into my Fitbit challenge. I don't need that kind of energy.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's where I don't feel like I'm a competitive person, but I think I am a competitive person. And the person I compete with most is myself. And I'm like, I haven't done this many today. I haven't closed my rings yet. I got to do this. So where it's normally a 10, you're like, I got to get my 10,000 steps in. So our coworker here, Kathy, she hates me. She doesn't ever want to know what, she doesn't really hate me, but she doesn't want to know what my steps are. Because she's like, I got to get to 10,000. I'm like, I got to get to 20,000. I'm almost there. And she's like, well, you shut up. So I'm not allowed in anyone's challenges.
No, I probably average around a good 12,000 steps, but 19,000 is crazy, girl. It's crazy.
I'm only at 5 today so far. I didn't go for a walk yet today, so it's okay. It's a regular day.
Laura wakes up early in the morning to go for a walk before coming to work. She's a crazy person.
It's my new thing. So since we started this podcast, I've started listening to more podcasts, and that is something I actually really enjoy doing when I go for a walk. Mm-hmm. I don't have to talk back to anybody. I can just listen to people talk at me, and I'm really enjoying it, and I didn't think I would.
No, I listen to podcasts in the car. I'm not comfortable enough to really listen to them when I'm walking, but I do when I'm biking. I have funny enough, I have a phone holder on my bike, and I'll put my audiobooks or my podcasts on while I go biking.
And just plays out loud?
It just plays out loud. Yeah,
Come
so
on.
I can be a little annoying, but I don't want to put headphones in because I don't like that it kind of cuts. I can't hear anything going on around me.
But you're that person who has
I'm the person who has the sound. So if you all are lucky, you will hear Harry Potter as I bike ride past you very quickly, but you'll only hear it for a second.
We need to get a tandem bike. Then we could listen to them together.
Oh.
We could do Bicycle Built for Two, and we could listen to
the pod. Yes, I'm all for this.
And how good is this segue now into our hot topic?
Which is biking.
Yay!
So it's Bike to Work Day on May 28th. And, I'm going to let Laura tell you about her biking, but in our family, we love biking. So we all have our bikes. We go on the trails. We bike all around. We'll bike up to get ice cream. We did last summer it was almost 40K because it was 20K that each way. So I live in Kingsville, and we biked up to Garfield's and Harrow to get lunch, and then we biked back home. And let me tell you, I've never felt like I've earned my food more in my life. And I'm so excited to start biking this summer.
Oh, I want to try that. But I've told you before, I'm a wobbly biker. I'm a nervous biker. I like my seat low so that my feet are flat on the ground. I don't like, where you're supposed to just be like tiptoes or whatever. No, I am not any part of that because if I fall, I got to be able to put my feet down. I am, I can walk okay, but riding a bike.
Put you on two wheels is not so great.
It's just, there's a lot of wobbling going on. But I would like to do more of it. I'm going to make a concerted effort if I work on May 28th. To bike to work because I think I could do it in like 10 minutes.
Yes, that would be nice. I also looked up how long it would take me to bike to work, and it's a good 15 kilometers to me, so Google estimates that it's going to take me about 50 minutes, but you know what? Maybe if the weather's really nice, I'll take a shot at it.
I believe in you. I think you could do it.
I work in the afternoon that day, so it might be nice. And
you're going to bike home at night?
Well, you know what? That's the handy
Maybe someone needs to come pick you up.
That's the handy thing about Patrick, right? Is he could come get me.
I was going to just say, Brittany's mom, if you're listening to this, send Brittany's dad to come pick her up that night.
It only says bike to work, Laura. It doesn't say bike from work.
That's right. It doesn't say bike home. This is true. This is very true. So one of the things, I did a bunch of research on this one. And this is something that I already knew about, but I looked it up more. Brittany, do you know what CWATS is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it stands for.
So it is one of those beautiful acronyms. It is the County-Wide Active Transportation System.
Awesome.
Yes. So it's all the trails and all the good parts, not the good parts, but it's all like the parts of making active transportation accessible and available and promoted in our community. It's really, really cool. Not even just our community, like all of Essex County.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And they're partners, so it's the County of Essex, which we well know, and the 7 municipalities, and IRCA, and the Health Unit. So IRCA, if you don't know what that is, that's the Conservation Authority. And the MTO, Ministry of Transport. They're like all in this to build a cycling and pedestrian network.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome? I love it.
I love biking to places.
I gotta get a basket. Maybe that'll make me feel not so wobbly.
You get a basket?
I think I need a basket. I know I need a helmet.
You absolutely need a helmet.
Yeah. Like, not a hockey helmet either.
No. Get one of those nice bike helmets.
I know. I need to get one of those. But do I need to try it on? Like, do I need to be able to go into the store and try it on?
I mean, I guess I would say yes to that in particular, so maybe I would wait.
So I gotta wait on that one. So I just wear the hockey helmet in the meantime?
Just wear the hockey helmet in the meantime. Perfect. Put something on your head. Do you have a really thick hat?
I got a pail.
A pail? That seems like that would cause more damage than it would help. So we're gonna...
I could cut eye holes into it and it'd be like one of those old like knights helmets, right?
No, I'm ixnaying the pail.
All right. So on the CWATS website, there is an interactive map of the county. Oh. And when you go click on it, it'll show you all the different routes and what they are. If it's a bike lane, if it's a trail, and like what kind of trail it is. It's a 1 lane, it's a 2 lane, it's a 1-way. It's really, really cool.
I love that.
Yeah, so if you're looking, you're like, I don't want to ride my regular boring trail today. I want to do something different. You can log on there and click on it and find a trail in the county.
That is awesome.
I thought so.
I like that because you know what, Laura? I like biking, but I don't like biking on the road, like with cars. It makes me very nervous. So we often jump onto like the Greenway and that kind of stuff to get around on our bikes, and that kind of information, like where bike lanes are and all that kind of stuff, would be awesome.
It also has, which I didn't know this is part of my research, there are stations, repair stations, put in by CWATS in different spots around the county, and they have tools like screwdrivers, tire levers, chain tools, and a pump with a pressure gauge. So it's available to public. Yes!
You know, I think I biked by one of these, and I was like, what is this?
Well, that's what it is. And I think that is so cool. Like, how to make it, like, super accessible. So if you do have some kind of breakdown on the Greenway or whatever it may be, you can fix your bike.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I'm really impressed. I'm like, we gotta get everybody out. I gotta get my kids out. All 4 of us, we need to go out biking more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've told you though that he's a little bit more nervous about it. We had the incident at Point Peely that one day.
Took a tumble.
He took a tumble. Yeah. He said the brakes weren't on. I said, well, did you press them? No. So
I've heard that's how brakes work.
I've heard that too. We were doomed from the start because I had a flat tire. We should have just called it a day at that point. Went and got coffee and a donut. But we didn't. We pressed on, and then we ended up in not the best situation.
Possibly emotionally scarring your child.
It could be. It could possibly be. So we have something else exciting today. We have an interview.
A special guest.
A special guest. So as I said, I was doing a bunch of research. And I found a website, Bike Windsor, Essex, and stumbled in and read all these cool things, and sent them an email to see if someone would like to talk to us. And lo and behold, they said yes.
They actually wanted to talk to us, Laura.
This podcast is like very famous.
We're so famous.
Yes. So we have an interview coming up with the executive director, Lori Newton.
And
Bike Windsor, Essex.
And we've done this interview, so I can say now with confidence it was an amazing interview. So hang on, everyone, because we're about to jump into it. You ready? Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Today we have a special guest with us today.
We really do. This is an awesome guest. I was doing some deep diving for today's research for today's episode, and I stumbled upon this website called We Bike Windsor, Essex, and it was like I found gold. Total gold.
And Laura's only told me a little bit about it, so I get to be surprised, but we have Lori Newton here with us today to talk about it. Hi, Lori.
Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me to chat today.
Oh, not a problem. We're so excited to have you on.
So, Lori, can you tell us, well, I know a little bit because I did some of my research, but Brittany didn't do any research this time, about
Bad librarian.
About We Bike. Because I was just blown away by it. I think it's such an amazing project, what you guys have going.
Oh, thanks so much. So a group of committed bicycle riders who also loved nature started Bike Friendly Windsor in 2010. I came on the board in 2011, 2012. And one of the first things we did was change the name, which was very controversial at the time, from Bike Friendly Windsor to Bike Windsor Essex, because there aren't any other groups. So we took on the whole region. So advocacy for safe cycling infrastructure is our primary goal, and speaking to municipal councils about how to share the space on our streets with people who are walking and riding is what we do.
That's awesome, because I'm a very nervous biker. That's what I said to Brittany. I want to bike to work, but I'm a nervous biker. Like I'm the wobbly biker. So anything to make people feel more safe and be more safe is perfect.
And I'm a bit of the opposite, Lori. Me and my family bike all the time. We did a 20-kilometer bike ride on the trails last summer, and I'm so excited to jump back on the bike now that weather is getting nice again.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, I think we are all sort of in some kind of space. We tend to say cyclists and mean we have an image in our mind of what that means, but that's like saying a driver. We're all in different spaces and places, and we all use our bicycles for a different reason. Some people use it for sport, and some people for recreation, and some people to get what they need to do. We often forget that there are a lot of people in our community who don't have access to a car. Maybe they're too young, or maybe they're too old, or perhaps they don't have the money to buy a bicycle, or I should say a car, but bikes are very affordable for the long term. You don't have to keep filling them up with gas and
no insurance.
Yeah, right. And they're fun. Like, let's face it here, right? Riding your bicycle puts a smile on almost everyone's face. You wave to your neighbors. You say hello to everyone on the way. Sometimes you wave at people driving cars. And it's just a very friendly way to connect better with your neighborhood and your community.
Absolutely. That's amazing, Lori. And especially, I love the idea of reaching out to the county, because I find, a lot of people look at like biking, especially when you're looking at like a mode of transportation as a city thing. But really, the county has so many great trails and great ways to access the whole county by bicycle.
Yeah, it's interesting how different urban and rural cycling can be, because many people in the county simply work too far, or you've got a mega school far from the where people live. And so having a bicycle to go those long distances simply isn't feasible or practical. Although there are people who do go very far in their daily commute. But for most of us who live in the county, I think it's a way to get out and support and experience and enjoy your neighborhood, or to get on those trails that you're talking about, like Sea Watts, and go to the next community, or go to some of the beautiful wineries, or go explore the waterfront. There's so many things to do, farmers stands, and you can do just about anything on a bicycle that you can do in a car. I'm like, my bicycle is so loaded down. I have a basket in the front. I've got panniers in the back. I've got bungee cords. I can do anything on my bicycle, just about. In fact, this year we got all of our Christmas stuff by bike at the downtown market. And so we had a little tree, and we had a wreath, and I had a puppy in the middle of it all, and all this stuff. So yeah, you can do it.
Oh, that I would have liked to see a picture of that.
I'd love to
I
see
would
that.
have been crashed over on the side. That takes talent to balance all of that stuff and ride your bike.
And a puppy.
And a puppy.
And a puppy. I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what else do you do besides the reaching out to the councils and all that stuff? Because I read about the bike kitchen, and I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, my background is in the not-for-profit sector and libraries, as we've already talked about. And so accessibility is a big deal for me, and it means a lot. And social justice on our streets means a lot to me. And in 2016, I wrote a grant. It was a Trillium grant for a startup for 1 year, and we started the Bike Kitchen. And that's because we had gone to a little conference in Detroit, little but big conference in Detroit called Bike. And it was people from all over Canada, North America, the US, Mexico, South America. And they came together to talk about community bike shops. And a community bike shop is a not-for-profit. Some of them are only volunteer run, and they're there to help people who have challenges to going into a normal, regular, everyday bike shop, to provide more teaching. So it's really all about education. So at our Bike Kitchen, you can come in outside of COVID times. We have several stands, we have several workstations. You can come in with your bike, and you can work on your bike, change your tire, fix a flat, check your brakes, replace your brakes, with a mechanic in the space who will gently guide you. So it's really all about those learning opportunities. We do WTF nights, so women, trans, and femmes nights, where we get a nice group of women together, and everybody changes their tires. And there's none of that kind of like bro stuff going on, and you're not judged by how great and awesome your carbon fiber road bike is. It's like anything goes. We love bicycles. So that's really different. And what happened during COVID, of course, was all of our programming was gone. Last year we piloted, or is it last year still? The blur of COVID.
It's kind of the concept right now.
Yeah, and so we do teaching. We're CAN Bike certified. CAN Bike is a national certification, the only national certification for cycling education in the country. And we have brought down trainers to train our people. And we have, for the last 3 years, this is our 4th year now, having students in this space who also get CAN Bike training. And we go out, we've done day camps in the county. We've done pop-ups in the county. We went into schools in 2019, and we'd be at a school for a whole week teaching children how to bike. We take the bikes, we take the helmets, the kids come out during their whatever period it is that they've been assigned, and we'll have 20 to 25 students, and we run through ABC quick checks on your bike and how to fit your helmet. And then we do drills, hand signals, how to stop, how to crash and not get hurt. And that we're looking forward to having come back in 2022.
I'm so looking forward to come back. I didn't know
I
about
love this.
any of this, and I'm loving it.
I knew
Oh, fantastic. We do have an adult course that's 4 hours long, and it's about really where cyclists belong on the road, how to avoid crashes. And sometimes it's parents and their kids who come and participate in that. Sometimes it's a group of youth who are new to Canada and they come in and take our programs. So we have lots of different ways to make things affordable for them. And we have an Earn a Bike program where someone can come in, we take donated bicycles. They can choose a donated bicycle that's only theirs to work on. They volunteer in our space in order to earn time to work on their bicycle. And at the end of the program, that bike is theirs for free. In a perfect time, they've also made friends. They've learned about safe cycling. They've learned about the rules of the road. You know, we look out there and there's a lot of judging going on our streets, right? Like, oh, look how wobbly she is on her bike, or oh, they just slid through, they just slid through a stop sign. What we forget is that a lot of people out there riding bicycles have never had driver's ed. How do they learn the rules of the road? Well, they don't know them. So we work with municipalities to encourage them to provide education as well. We have cycling guides in 6 or 7 different languages that are free of charge. And that's cycling guides that we created strictly for Windsor and Essex County. And paint on the road.
And where can you get these cycling guides, Lori?
So they're a free download from our website if you want the PDF. And also if you come into our space at 628 Monmouth Road in Ye Old Walkerville, you can pick up a hard copy of that. And typically when we sell a bicycle, particularly when there are children participating, we'll provide cycling guides for them and just say, hey, become a smarty about bike safety. And kids eat it up. They just love it.
Well, who doesn't like Smarties? That's really
right.
Well, that's true. That's true. But that's awesome. I think that's something that every single branch is going to need to bookmark.
Oh, absolutely.
All of us, so that we do have a lot of kids come in. And in Leamington, we have a lot of different people who are biking for different reasons, because we have a lot of visiting workers and things like that. And their primary mode of transportation is cycling. And if it's in different languages, that's amazing. That's such an amazing resource.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We provided a number of Spanish copies to the municipality of Leamington, I want to say 2 years ago. I don't know how they were distributed, but you might want to check that out because there were a lot of Spanish copies. And we've done some work with some the migrant workers as well, fixing up some of the bicycles that they're riding.
And Lori, have you found now that during COVID, have you seen, like, I find that biking has become more popular since COVID. Like I know because I do have my own bike and I get it tuned up, and the owner of the bike shops are always like, we don't have bikes anymore. Like, they're all gone. Like, do you find that there's been a spike in bike or the interest in biking since COVID?
No question. Getting outside, being healthy, fresh air is so important to our mental and physical health, isn't it? It's just, it's set off they're calling it a bike boom again. For us to survive COVID, we decided to carry a line of new bicycles. So we have always had, as I said before, we take donations and we fix them up. So our mechanics actually go through and replace anything that requires replacing so that it's a safe bicycle. And they sell in the neighborhood for an adult bike, 100 to 150 is a typical bicycle cost.
Mm-hmm.
But because our programming was canceled this year or last year and much of this year, we brought in a brand of bicycles that we used for our children's programming, and they're great bikes. We are carrying the entry level of bicycles. We got our first 10 bikes and they sold within a week. Then we waited weeks for the next ones to come. We just got a shipment this week and our mechanics are putting those together now. But we've sold 3 of them already. So they do go very quickly, and it's hard to say to someone who really needs a bicycle, no, we don't have any, we're so sorry. And our refurbished bicycles, we can't fix them up fast enough. They just go right away, and they're all on our website. But providing those affordable bikes for people who need to get out and who really shouldn't be excluded from our streets, right? We all pay taxes one way or another, and we all deserve to be safe when we go out. So we are doing a series of rides in Kingsville
My
this
area.
summer.
I'm
Yeah.
so
And
excited.
some pop-ups. We're hoping, I mean, we're watching and managing what we're doing given COVID. And we've also got a day camp in Essex that we're hoping we can still do with smaller numbers and everyone distanced. But as we've said, that being outside is so important to your mental and emotional and physical health.
And if people want to know more about these events in Kingsville and Essex, they should check the website.
They should check the website and watch our Facebook and our Instagram, where we'll be updating those things. And our partnerships are with the municipality. So I know, for example, the town of Kingsville will be getting this out to people in the community. And we're working on some ride loops in the county and the city. So we're working on a page on our website that will have a 10K loop in every community that people can easily get onto and enjoy.
That's
awesome.
amazing.
I love
I'm
it.
so excited.
Lori, if anybody has bikes in their garage, because I know people who have kids like I do, your kids outgrow their bikes almost as fast as they outgrow their pants.
They do. They do.
Where can we donate them? Because you only need one bike per person in your house. I don't need a shed full of bikes.
But some people need different bikes for different adventures.
It's true.
I am a little guilty of that. I'll take this anyway. We welcome donations at 628 Monmouth. It's at Monmouth and Wyandotte Street. And we've had our garage doors open. So we are an essential service, which means we've been able to stay open during COVID, but we limit one person or one family group at a time. And you're so right about children's bicycles. They can be very expensive, and a child can grow out of a bike in a year.
Yeah.
So our children's bikes are typically around $35. Again, all mechanic checked. And those donations just keep people able to afford bikes for their children. It's just so important that they get those early lessons. And we have a bike lane painted in our space so kids can practice.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it. This makes me so happy because Brittany knows I'm all about like reusing and recycling. I'm all about donating. I'm a huge thrift shopper and whatnot. But if I can give something to somebody else and they can love it again, especially a bike, because kids get a kid on a bike and there's a huge smile, right? And that's what we want. We want our kids out and, breathing the air instead of sitting in front of their screens, which I'm going to say mine are doing quite regularly, besides just in school. Like, let's get those kids 2 wheels under them and pedal away. So yeah, if anybody listening has bikes.
Yes, please bring them to us. We need them. And even, so we have used parts because there are some bicycles that cannot be fixed within reason to a safe condition. So we teach students and primarily youth how to do bike mechanics by them tearing down. We used to call them demolition nights, and we will again when we get out of COVID. But on those demo nights, they take the bikes that are not going to be able to be refurbished and they tear them down and they clean all the parts and then they sort the parts. So someone can come into our shop who needs brakes or who needs cables or who needs some part, even grips, lots of different things, a new seat post. They can get those used from us for about $6.50. So it's super affordable. It's a tool for youth to learn. We have 6 summer students this year through the Federal Canada Summer Student Grant. And we are thrilled to be bringing women into our shop. And those who are from communities that typically don't, you can feel a little intimidated going into a bike shop. We love our bike shops. We want everybody to shop at our local bike shop. But for some people, that's not the answer. And so the community bike shop is a safe space where they feel that they're able to interact and get what they need and learn something along the way. But those are critical. And we're also partnering with the health unit on the Active and Safe Routes to School initiative that you might have heard about, where we're getting more and more kids riding and wheeling to school and walking to school as opposed to a family car. Because the congestion at our schools, as you know, is creating the danger that we have at our schools, from air pollution to unsafety with large vehicles where you can't even see a child standing in front of the car. So we know that students are better prepared for school. They do better in school when they walk or wheel with their friends. So I'm very excited about that project and the partners that we have with that project, that we'll be moving that forward in the next year or a little bit more. And then hopefully continuing from the pilot that has been established.
That is just awesome, Lori.
There's no end, right? There's no end. What you can do with a bicycle, bikes can do everything.
I'm so excited. I want to go home and bike right now.
I want to
Yeah,
go
me too.
order a basket for my bike.
Are you gonna put Charlie in it?
No, are you kidding me? No, no. That's my golden retriever.
her
We
dog
would
would
both
fail.
be. That would not be good.
Oh, you need a cargo bike, but wait, we have 2 of them that you can come test drive with Charlie in the basket.
Oh my goodness, that would go viral in an instant.
I'm just picturing wobbly Laura with a golden retriever sitting in a basket as Charlie goes crazy.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
a thing. It's a
That
thing.
is-
And our cargo bikes are battery assist.
See?
Oh, perfect.
See? See?
That is perfect. I
Every
love it.
solution.
Yeah, that's perfect. What do I need my Jeep for anymore?
That's
No,
right.
get me that cargo bike and I'm off. Give me some chains for the tires for winter. I'll be
Yes.
set.
Oh,
Well, interesting that you mentioned chains, because we are also excited to be doing a Winter Wheels program this year. It will launch in August, and we are going to have people apply for the Winter Wheels program, people who would like to commit to riding their bicycles through the year. So it's not like you'll be policed, but the intention will be that you will ride. And so we are going to be having people who get accepted into the program come into the bike kitchen, learn to swap out their tires for knobbies, and then get some information on how to pack things on your bike, how to stay warm on your bike, what's going to keep you and help you going through the winter months, and then do a little bit of social media to show people that it's not weird to ride your bicycle in the winter. And you don't have to do it when there's a blizzard. You don't have to do it when it's icy, but just to get people to encourage them to do more riding. And you know, this program is in Peterborough, which is where we learned about it. And a lot of these people are women who, like you, are very nervous about getting outside. So you will have physical supports for your riding and emotional supports from our team.
that's amazing.
That's so cool. And I was seriously joking about that, but now look at what I learned.
Yes, exactly. And I especially find because we don't really get a whole lot of snow anymore.
No, we don't.
So what? But the snow, it becomes less of an issue now, I find, in the winter, like because we don't get a crazy amount of snow anymore, like we used to.
No, we don't. And so places like Winnipeg, places like Montreal, they're clearing their bike trails. And that's the next phase that we need to look for from our communities. And so one of the reasons why we do this is to show the municipalities, look, people are riding, people want to ride year long. And so clearing those trails is very important so that they can get through safely.
I absolutely love this. Lori, you have given, like, I was in love with what I saw, and now I'm even more. I'm
in
like,
love.
you're a shining star. Your entire organization. I'm like, this is excellent.
As soon as COVID's over, Laura, you're gonna see me in your bike shop. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. It's a lot of fun. For the last year, I had a woman who led the bike shop. She came to be with her partner who was going to university here. And, you know, it's a lot different here than Winnipeg. But after 1 year, they went back to Winnipeg where they plow the bike lanes, where, you know, the facilities are so much better. We're still quite behind in this area. Although I'm going to give a shout out to CWATS in the county because, and the municipalities, they're doing such a great job moving the bar. And again, it's different because a lot of the work in the county is connecting trails, paved shoulders for those long county roads. That's all great. But a paved shoulder in a city and an urban environment is not what we need because there's much more traffic congestion. So having those cycling facilities, we don't have any protected bike lanes in the city of Windsor yet. So it's been a long haul, but working with the county has been just a pleasure watching CWATS develop those trails and paved shoulders. Every year there's more and more. So it's really exciting and good for the people. And then COVID hits and people have now somewhere to ride to. Like, that's amazing.
The bike roads, the bike trails are quite a lot busier than they were before COVID. Like I was just biking last weekend and there was so many more people on it and I was so impressed. Like all of a sudden people seem to realize they're here.
Yeah, you can't decide who's going to use your streets based upon current use when it's dangerous for people walking and cycling, right? It's like you don't decide to build a bridge because people are swimming across a river. You build the bridge because you identify the need and then you measure how many people are using it. And almost always the numbers go way up, way up. And we know that those trails, they increase property values in communities, and people don't want them. No, I don't want one across my property. No, I don't want one. And then they're put in and you get a complete flip. Oh my goodness, it's so great to go out my door or out my garage and be on a trail. It's amazing.
It's the old, if you build it, they will come, right?
Yes. With cycling infrastructure, definitely. If you build it, they will come. Super excited about this connection between Kingsville, Leamington, and Point Pelee.
Yeah, that's near where I live. So watching those bike lanes go in, because before County Road 20 was fast and narrow, and I would never want to ride a bike or walk down there. And now I'm watching sidewalks go in and the paved bike lane. That's amazing. I know there's a lot of cyclists that live in that area too, and I know they're really happy with that too. It's excellent.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And the other benefit of those cycle paths and cycle lanes near the roads is that they slow traffic down.
Mm-hmm. They
just do. So we are also looking for reduced speed limits. We've built our roads to get people as quickly as possible from point A to point B. And we're learning that maybe wasn't the best idea in the world. Highways are one thing, but within our communities, within our neighborhoods, we need to slow that traffic down. And that can be with bike lanes, with chicanes, with obstructions. As soon as you have to ride around a roundabout, you're paying far more attention to where you're going. And it's different than a lot of stop signs or stoplights. So good for the county.
Lori, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. I can't wait to see you in the bike kitchen.
I'm so excited to come.
We're putting it on our list. We're going to come together for sure.
We're going to come. You're going to see us there.
Let us know and we'll give you the full tour, because our space is actually a shared space with artists. It's a whole arts concept that we've taken over the theater. So because we can't have plays. So you'll see that our bikes are across a whole theater, but there are independent artists. There's a Steinway piano and art shows in the exhibit areas and the upstairs and all throughout the building. So it's pretty amazing to come and take a look at what's happening there too. And we're excited to be part of an arts group. They see bicycles as part of just arts and community and connecting and neighborhoods. So thank you.
Oh, I love it.
This was so much fun, Lori. Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Yes, I'm so glad to have stumbled onto you and now to have spoken to you and now hopefully spread the word out even farther. Like, we're going to talk you up constantly.
We're going to talk. You're going to be a new star at the library. We're going to talk to everyone who comes in.
I'm excited.
So
thank you again.
So much.
Thank you so much.
Happy riding.
Thank you.
Wow, Laura.
I love it.
I'm so excited.
Oh, me too. Like I said there in the interview, I loved everything I read. And then talking to Lori made me even more excited.
A women's trans femme night for bikes. That is amazing. I'm going to drag my sister along. We're going to go to it.
I wish people could see, like, we had these big giant grins on our face when we were talking to Lori, because like everything she was saying, we were loving it. Loving it.
It was so great.
Yeah. I can't wait. First of all, I can't wait till COVID's over, which we all are like that. But I want to do things like this. Like, there's so many jewels in our county, in Windsor, Essex, and like, here's one right there. And I hope like anybody listening to this, go check out their website because you're going to love it.
I'm so excited.
Oh, me too. Me too.
All right, Laura, let's just give bikes a break for a little bit.
All right.
Just for a little bit, though. We'll go back to it.
No problem.
Let's talk about some reads. So, Laura, you know, I've been saying to you the other day, like, I've been kind of feeling like blah in the reading department.
Oh, yeah, me too. I totally understand that feeling.
And so I thought, because I said to you, I said, you know, when I'm feeling blah, my go-to reads is romance novels. And I thought, let's talk about our comfort reads, like the books we always go to that maybe we've read them 100 times. It doesn't matter. You pick them up because you enjoy the story every time you read it.
Yes, because sometimes I like historical fiction,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll get all these, and I can start it. I can't get into it. My brain can't process it. There's something up. I just can't focus. I can't read it. But there are certain things, like you said, your comfort reads. Just like if I'm feeling bleh, I'm gonna watch The Office 5,000 times, or I'm going to watch Downton Abbey, or whatever it may be. But yeah, I have reads like that, and you have reads like that too.
And there was an article that was released quite recently, Laura, talking about how people are, and especially during COVID, are rewatching a lot of TV shows right now because they can't handle like not knowing what's going to happen, like as something new. So they're just rewatching all their old favorites to give themselves like some sort of comfort and relaxation.
I wonder if that's why I read the way I do. It's because I need to know. I don't like not
Listen,
knowing.
I don't need you to make excuses for the way you read. This is not an accepting of the way Laura reads episode.
One of these days, I'm going to get you on record saying that it was okay.
It's never gonna happen.
Okay, Brittany. What's your comfort reads?
All right. Well, as I said, my comfort reads are generally romance novels. I love romance novels. The promise of happily ever after usually means I can sit down and pick one up. I especially have Naileen Singh. If you like paranormal romance, both her series are amazing. And I just reread once again The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hong, and that's like I think the third time I've read it this year, let alone since I purchased it. So that's definitely on the fast track to being a comfort read. But outside of romance novels, as you know, Laura, I am always listening to Harry Potter. And when I mean listening, it's because I listen to it as an audiobook now. And like I literally am. I go through the whole series and then I restart and start listening to it all over again. And I just take my time because I've only read it a zillion plus times now. So it's great all over again every time.
Does it change?
The Harry Potter novels?
Yeah.
I remember, like, I remember certain things more, like, different times I read them. Like,
that's good. Yeah, I can see that.
Like, there's, like, details that I forgot about, and I'll be like, oh, yeah. And then, like, I think about how it's all connected and all that kind of stuff. And plus, they're just great books.
So I have to tell everybody that the day some Regency romance came in here and they were on hold for you, you weren't here. And everybody's like, what's going on? Everybody thought it was a joke.
No.
They're like, this isn't, why did these come in for Brittany? You never judge a book by its cover, but we're like, these aren't for Brittany. And then lo and behold, yes, they were.
They were indeed. And I think there was a patron who had requested some romance novels, but specifically, and this is no shame to these people, specifically was like, I don't want to have any sex in my romance novels. And Laura turned to me and was like, can you give any recommendation? And I was like, no, I don't read those romance novels. Are you crazy? I'm going to have to Google those authors.
Yeah. So I walked over to the Amish section.
That's right.
Which I think... So Kathy likes Amish books.
Oh,
our coworker Kathy.
They have a following.
Oh, huge!
They're huge.
I think that's a comfort read for people too.
Absolutely,
big time. So my comfort reads are the like the cooking murder mysteries.
Those are the best. Please give me a book with a recipe in the back or a knitting pattern, and I'm sold. And I don't even read them.
There are more than one recipe.
I know.
Books. Like, I'm talking the banana cream pie murder, the Christmas caramel murder, the wedding cake murder, the Joanne Fluke series with Hannah Swensen. That is my go-to if I'm feeling bleh. I'll go on, because you can go on Hoopla and there's a ton of them on there, and I'll just like, okay, I gotta read this, and then I fall down the rabbit hole, and I'm like, oh, I just like these. They're so goofy and whatever, but I love them.
Hoopla has so much great stuff on it. Like,
it does.
Our physical romance, physical book romance collection is not great because they're mass market paperbacks, and they tend to, like mass market mystery books, they tend to get very roughed up and damaged very easily, and we tend to have to discard them. And the replacement process is slow, but Hoopla has such a great resource of romance novels, mystery novels, all that kind of stuff that are like traditionally mass market paperback, because we don't have to replace them. They don't get damaged.
And that's where I read the Sweet Magnolias series too. That was like another type of comfort one for me, right? Like it's very predictable. You know where it's gonna go. Well, I know what's going to happen in the murder mystery ones too, right? They're going to find the dead body, and then she's going to bake some cookies, and then she's going to figure it out. And there you go. And she's always going to have this crazy cookie recipe. I'm like, this is never going to taste good. It has pickles in it. But whatever. Apparently it tastes great. So the Cheryl Woods not Steel Magnolias, that's a movie. Sweet Magnolias series, I also read a whole pile of those when I was really down at the beginning of COVID, and it was just like chips, right? You're like, I'm going through these so fast, but I kind of don't want anybody to know I'm reading them, but I'm saying it on here now.
I know. I as you said, like people ask us, like we have our new mystery book bags now, right? So for those who don't know, you can fill out a form online, and we will put together a bag of books for you that, depending on what you give us, we hope the idea is we're hitting something that you haven't read before, that is something in line with the taste that you like. And we there's no shame to what you read. Read what you love, because I promise you someone else there loves it too.
Yeah, if you're in need of a cozy mystery, if you need like knit 1, dye 2, or whatever it may be, like it does, like read it.
The titles are the best.
They are the best. I like a good pun. I love them. Love those things. They're so funny. So yeah, those are my comfort reads, and there's not very many because I just keep going back to them, and because those series are like endless.
I was thinking of also like other like books that I read like over and over again. Like I'm a seasonal reader, Laura. Like there's books that I read, like Fangirl by Rainbow Royale. I think I've talked about it before, but I read it every fall. Like every September I read that book, like rain or shine, it gets read in September. Like I read the Captive Prince series, which is LGBT romance series, and I read it every summer, and that's by C.S. Pacat. And I don't know what it is, but like the weather comes and I'm like, this is the book series I want to read. I don't know what that is. There's got to be like a science behind it.
I hear that. I get that. I like, I'm more like that at Christmas time. I am that person that will read the Christmas books, and I don't care. I like them. My favorite one is Wishin' and Hopin' by Wally Lamb. Oh my gosh, it's so funny, and I love it so much. Like I'll read it every Christmas. Yeah, it's a good one. It's really skinny and it's really short, but I like Wally Lamb anyways. But yeah, those are the ones where I want to read something that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And I don't have to think too hard about it. And I don't have to flip to the back to find out what happens to see if I want to finish the book.
Oh, I can't even think about it. My last one is probably The Host by Stephanie Meyer. She was, of course, the writer of the Twilight series.
I've never read that.
You never read The Host? So it is sci-fi, but it is, like, I would say it's predominantly like romance, but with sci-fi in it, like with like a sci-fi kind of storyline. Mm-hmm. It's a thick novel, like it's like 600-700 pages. But I read it every year, and I love it.
Yeah, no, maybe I'll have to read it then. I read all the Twilight ones.
The movie is terrible. I'd like to say that for the record, for those who are maybe, not big readers, but they like to watch the movies, don't pick up the Host movie. Just don't do it.
I don't like the Twilight movies either.
Don't do it.
I hate them. But let's not get on that. I could go down that.
We don't have to go down the whole books versus movie rabbit hole.
No.
No.
Let's talk about town.
Oh yeah, town. What's going on in Windsor, Essex County? Probably not a whole lot, right? That's okay though, because it's COVID, and really there shouldn't be a whole lot going on.
There's people biking.
Yes, the trails are so busy. Let's go back to the biking conversation.
I think so.
Absolutely. Do you have any bike shops that you like, Laura?
There's one in Leamington. It's called Le Bike Shop. It's a very nice one. They're on Facebook, and I think it has a website too. But yeah, that's a good one. And there's another one, and I can't remember what it's called. There's somebody else who took care of our bikes, and I can't remember his name, but like super nice guy as well. Because I needed a new tire. I always have tire problems.
Tire problems are the worst problems. We just had, so I had been riding the same bike for 15 years, Laura, and that got to the point in which I would pedal it and you would hear the whole bike like creaking, like it was just like,
it's like me walking.
it was old and retired and it needed to go. So we donated the bike, because please donate your bikes if they are still in decent shape.
And now we know where to donate them. Roll back to our interview.
Exactly. And I went to Bike World in Windsor, which is on Grand Maris, and got a beautiful brand new bike. Now, this was last year. Finding bikes right now is incredibly difficult, so please do not be surprised if you can't find one. There's not a lot out there right now. But they were amazing service, and they got us a bike, and this was, I think, spring 2020, and I'm thrilled with it. It's also, Laura, I learned I was biking on a small size bike, and I'm supposed to bike on a large size bike. So, my joints feel a lot better when I get off that bike.
What kind of bike do you have? Like, is it a mountain bike or?
No, it's so I forget the term for it, but it's like a hybrid bike. So it's meant to be like on the roads, and then it's also meant to go well on the trails, because that's what I asked for. I said I go on trails, but I also bike on the road. So you got to give me. So it is not like I don't think I could take it to the mountains.
So you're gonna be shocked to know that I have a cruiser bike with fenders and all the like.
That doesn't surprise me at all, actually.
I knew it wouldn't. So we always buy our bikes secondhand and then get them tuned up. That's just what we do. Actually, Tim has a friend, Shane, who will fix our bike. He's a huge mountain biker, and if we need something that's like a simple repair, he'll fix it for us. But yeah, we always buy our stuff secondhand. I have an issue because I had my bike that I got when I was like, I don't know, like 13 or 14. And I loved that bike. That bike was great. That was a mountain bike. It was purple with pink on it. And I still had it when I was married, and we go for bike rides. And Tim was like embarrassed that I was riding this bike because it looked like a kid's bike. Well, of course I would look like I have a kid's bike. So he went and got me another bike, and I didn't like it. And they got rid of that bike. I said, why'd you get rid of my bike? I liked my bike. So it went back and forth for quite a long time, and now I have this red cruiser bike that's like 1 speed with pedal brakes.
Is that where you pedal backwards to brake?
Yeah,
is that
girl,
what you're telling me?
I
love it.
And my kids both have like BMXs, so they have pedal brakes too.
We go to Florida quite often, as you know, Laura, and you can rent bikes often at the resort that we stay at, and they always have the pedal brakes, like where you have to pedal backwards to get them to stop. Yes. And you're going up and down hills, and you're flying, and I'm always wondering in the back of my head, are these brakes going to be enough?
They're going to be enough, and they're going to like kick the back.
Exactly. That's what's going to happen.
Well, maybe that's why I'm not a big biker. But like, I think I really need a basket and put it on the front of my cruiser bike and ride.
I think it would look cute.
I think I'll look like the Wicked Witch of the West, quite honestly, or the East. The one that's like riding in the tornado. I could play that. I could get a phone holder, play that music while I ride.
I'm sure your kids would love that.
I know they would love that, because I really feel like I need the Imperial March while I'm driving down the road.
Yes.
So then we just make that switch when I go on 2 wheels.
That sounds awesome.
So I was looking up stuff again, obviously, when I was doing this, and I found something that I want to do this summer that's biking. It's Windsor Eats has a wine trail ride. And I was like, ooh, that sounds like fun.
Am I the only one who thinks that wine plus biking is not a great idea?
Oh, I don't think it's a good idea at all.
Great. I think
it's a good idea.
I was about to say.
But as this is the term I've been using at my house every time I think something's not a good idea. I'm like, health and safety. just don't know. Now you can get a tandem bike when you do
Oh.
this. Yeah, so I already asked our friend Leslie. I'm like, you want to go do this bike tour with me? She's like, ugh, it's a wine tour, yes.
I want to come.
Can you see the two of us riding this tandem bike?
We can put on my audiobooks.
Oh my gosh.
Leslie's going to murder me.
Yeah, she probably will. But I thought it was awesome. So I thought it was really, really cool. If you go online and you look on Windsor Eats, you can find their stuff about it. It's really great. They do like a guided tour. And I forget how many wineries. I know I wrote it down. 4 minimum. Yeah, 4, and you. Oh God, you taste a minimum of 14 different wines.
See,
I better ride with somebody. I don't know. And it's 20 kilometers of cycling. Like, I will need some, like, I'll have to have snack packs on me to counteract the 14 different wines.
I'm sure you can. So last summer, my mother, father, and sister and partner all went to wineries. Like, we biked to different ones. And they gave us like plates with like little snacks on them. So maybe you get those.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Because my brother is a chef at one of the wineries. And I know that they stop at that one as well. So yeah, there's food and stuff like that. But if it's 20 kilometers of biking and there's 14 different wines, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. That's not a bike to work, bike home kind of day. But I thought it sounded like something fun, and you're outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'd be like a good COVID-y kind of thing to do.
It'd be awesome. I think I'm gonna give it a try. I'll sign my mother and sister up with you.
I was gonna. You're gonna drink the grape juice?
No, I'll just drink water.
Okay, there you go. We can have some Pepsi brought on for you too.
We can. Oh yeah, because I got a little bike pack for my back. We could just for my bike. We can put.
We can put it in a water bottle holder.
Exactly.
That's perfect. That would be. I'd rather see someone driving with a Pepsi in there than a bottle of wine.
That's true.
There might be problems that way, but I just think it would be really cool because I do like that section of. I think they call it Highway 20 now. I'm old enough. We called it Highway 18, whatever. Like through Colchester and all that wine route there. I think it'd be really, really
It would
pretty.
be beautiful.
I think so. So I'm gonna put that on my wish list of things to do this summer.
I actually am just preparing for my tune-up for my bike, Laura, and we use Velofix, which is like a van that comes out, and he has all this repair equipment in his back, and he repairs and tunes up or repairs your bike in your driveway.
What is this?
You don't even have to leave your house, Laura. You just call, book an appointment. He comes out, fixes your bike for you.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yes.
How long has this been around?
Quite a bit, actually. And we, of course, have one in for the Windsor, Essex area, and they also do, like, Sarnia and all that kind of thing, so, and Chatham and that kind of stuff. So they're pretty awesome.
There are some really, really clever entrepreneurs out there.
I think so. I think that's a great idea, right? You don't have to drive, like, because for us, like, we're in the county, right? You got to stick your bike in the back of your vehicle, and you got to get it to either to Leamington or to Windsor. Like, that's really your two closest bike shops. It's so convenient just to have him come to your house.
That's such a great idea. That's a phenomenal idea. I love that. I'm going to look that up. And you're going to put that in our show notes, right?
Absolutely. All these businesses and all of these programs that we've talked about will be all in our show notes.
That's awesome. So I want to touch on one more thing before we go. Have you made any more stops on our ice cream tour of the county?
I have made a stop.
Where?
I went to Amherstburg, Laura. Waterfront ice cream. Can I say, so I went in. I had my puppy with me, so puppy had to wait outside. And they did not have their soft serve ice cream. And Laura, you know, I am a soft serve. That's what I want. I want soft ice cream. So I said to the lady behind the desk counter, I'm looking for like a special chocolate ice cream. Like that's what I told her. I was like, I don't want like regular chocolate. I want a special chocolate ice cream. Do you have a recommendation? And she's like, well, we have our triple chocolate brownie. And I was like, that's it. That's the special chocolate I'm talking about. And she's like, okay. And I got some and it was so good. And we walked the water while we ate it. It was lovely.
Nice. So I made a trip as well.
Where?
I was in Leamington and I went to Sweet Retreat, which is just down the road from the library. And I want to give you an update on that one because Max told me, especially, he's like, Mom, you got to tell Brittany about this.
Okay.
They have soft ice cream in there now as
They
well.
do?
Yep.
Yes. Well, it's going on the list.
You can have plain or you can have like the flavored ones,
Okay.
which Max got blue goo, which is like some bubble gum, whatever. And he was really happy about that. I had chocolate peanut butter because we all forgot our masks. So we had to send Tim, who had his mask, and he had to go up to the table. And he's like, what do you want? And I'm like, I need to see the menu. And I was like, just give me chocolate peanut butter, which I do like chocolate peanut butter. But normally there's quite a process of deciding what to get.
Absolutely. There's just so many great ice cream flavors in the world.
Elise got Banana Boat. She likes it. So they have Kawartha ice cream there, and it's really good.
Nice.
Yeah. We actually went to the Kawartha Dairy when we went up on vacation a few years ago, like up north. It was really, really good. But yes, Sweet Retreat, and they're open. I thought maybe one day we should get that like when we're working. Like on a lunch, not while we're working.
No, only on our lunch.
But yes, and yes, there is soft ice cream there now as well.
I also went to the one, I actually don't know its name, to be honest. It's the one in Kingsville that's across from it's on Division, across from the gas station. It was, the ice cream there is probably one of my favorites. They have soft ice cream, and we biked there on that one beautiful Sunday, where it was like 75 degrees outside. We biked over and got the ice cream there, because now Kingsville has a Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I heard there was a really long line that first day they opened.
So long. My sister was like, can we just see if we can get a Blizzard? And I'm like, sure. We drove by. Good Lord. There had to be, this is no exaggeration, 30 to 40 cars in that drive-thru. Like, it was crazy.
So my sister-in-law went with my niece and nephew, and she was in the drive-thru line for half an hour because she wanted a Blizzard so bad.
My God.
She said it was worth it. So there you go. I have another update for you. So my kids went to Burgess's, so that's in Leamington, down by the water. They also have soft ice cream there.
The soft ice cream is just exploding.
It's there, and they have grape soft ice cream available. So grape is like one of my top flavors. I love grape ice cream. So I think Max had the plain grape, but you can also get a grape swirl with vanilla. So that's on my list next too. So anybody who's listening to this, if you have some other ice cream places for us to visit, drop it in the comments.
Absolutely. Let us know. We want to visit them.
Yeah, we have not hit nearly enough yet, and it's only May.
And it's only May.
We get them rolling in so we can start booking things. I don't want to have to bike all of these places.
No.
But I will bike to some of them if I can.
Absolutely. And then we can just drive to the rest.
That's right. All right, Brittany. Well, I think that about wraps it up for today.
I think this was a great episode, Laura.
I think so, too. I think we both should, put on our calendars to bike to work.
Okay. I'll schedule with, either Patrick or my father to come pick me up afterwards.
That sounds like a good idea. I can probably drive you home.
That's all right. I'll just, they got nothing to do.
Oh, well, hey, there you go. Well, neither do I. So until next time, everybody, when we do a recipe, so make sure you tune in for that one.
Yes, we're going to be pulling 2 recipes actually out of Antony in the Kitchen, which is, of course, Antony's cookbook from the hit Netflix TV show Queer Eye. I know you people who listened to our last episode have all probably made it a top priority to go watch Queer Eye, but if you haven't, do so.
Yep. So that's what you're in store for next episode. And until then, take care, and you will be hearing us soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.